Good evening, viewers. Today we shall be looking at how to take reading from a vernier caliper. This is a vernier caliper and this is the sketch of a vernier caliper. How do we take reading from a vernier caliper? First of all, students, you should understand that vernier caliper consists of two scales. We have this, which is denoted with this sketch. It is called the main scale. Then we have this calibration inside here in the jaw where we can move around the main scale. It is called the vernier scale. Now, how do we take reading from a vernier caliper? The total reading obtained from a vernier caliper is always equal to the main scale reading plus the vernier scale reading. Okay, how do we get the main scale reading? The main scale reading, which is this blade here, is always calibrated in centimeter. You can see it here, inscribed here. It's always in centimeter. And we know that one line on a vernier scale is equal to 0.1 centimeter. Right. Now we take the last reading before the joining of this vernier scale. The last reading we can see on the blade before the joining of the vernier scale. And let's go. We have this as 4, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. So this is the last reading we can take here. And the main scale reading becomes 4.3 centimeter plus. Now, how do we get the vernier scale? The vernier scale is always calibrated in millimeters instead of centimeter of the main scale. So we calculate we are looking at where the line from the vernier scale coincide with the line from the main scale. Where line from here is in line or in coincidence with the line from here. Looking at this one, you see that it's not in coincidence. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is on the 7th one. So we look at it as it is on the 7th division. So I will be teaching us two methods of doing that. The first method, either you look at it from the millimeter calibration. This will be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, then 0.7. Now, since it's on the 0.7, remember it's 0.7 millimeter. Dear students, you know there is no way we can add value in centimeter and millimeter together. So, using this method, the first thing we should consider is converting the vernier reading in millimeter to centimeter. And how do we do that? We recall that 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter. If that is the case, we now have that 0.7 millimeter is equal to I don't know. So that when we cross multiply, we shall be having 0.7 times 1 divided by 10, which shall be giving us 0.07 centimeter. Now that is in centimeter, we can now add our main scale reading, which is 4.30 centimeter plus then the vernier scale reading 0.07 centimeter. They are now in centimeter, so that when we have 73.4 and this is 4.37 centimeter. This is one method. The second method I always tell my students to use, if you want, is still on this. You say total reading is equal to main scale reading plus vernier scale reading. Now the main scale reading is still 4.3 centimeter plus the vernier scale reading. Now you count on division. This is 7 divisions. You now remember that from our previous class that one division on a vernier caliper in centimeter is 0.01 centimeter. Therefore, 7 divisions will be giving us I don't know. When we cross multiply, we have 7 times 0.01, which shall be giving us 0.07 centimeter. Of course, when we still add it to our 4.3, we shall arrive at the same answer, 4.37 centimeter. Now, you can now do this for me. Remember to leave your answer in the comment section. Thank you.